he's keeping very close to Kelsey. It's a personal thing, but there's it's interesting to speculate, why is it so personal to Doug Carter to be so close to Kelsey? Is it keep your enemies closer, or does he just truly see, is he there firsthand seeing exactly what pain and suffering she's going through? We don't have to like her. We don't have to feel like we don't have to like Kelsey to not, I don't know. I've just always kept open-minded about it. I've seen, there's all the things that she says over the years and everything, and there's plenty of comments I've made over the years about sweatshirts and disparate comments and things like that. But often I think a lot of confusion comes from, well, not understanding what trauma does to someone, but also because of even though there's been some excellent, interesting interviews by Renner, etc., there's just not the follow-up questions often, and people, not that they shouldn't be polite, but maybe they're just too pandery or too sensitive. I don't know, but they just don't seem to catch the same things and follow them up when it's important to do so, and it's very intriguing. But we can rest assured the investigation is mapping out all of these things and trying to work out what's right and wrong, truth and falsity, and we're not privy to it all. And don't panic. She's not cleared. No one's cleared. Probably the only person cleared is Ron Logan. And people still like to blame him, sort of thing, It's just so rambling. It's gone into 2 sections. I feel like I did have a lot to say about it, but it gets a bit exhausting too. I think to say people don't see these things, it's, that's clearly not the case. Some people excuse them, some people brush over them, but the majority of people, I think, probably do not dismiss these things, but they're wary. They're wary of, putting someone on blast so openly, because that just is so damaging, and it's not evidence of a crime. It could be, it's evidence of behavior. It might mean something damning, it might not, right? It was the eye of, I'll link something in a comment section once he's uploaded or whatever. It was the eye of whatever who brought to the world attention the Promise Not to Tell book. Is this the book that Carter talks about when he's talking about the shack? There's a movie and he says, and there's also a book that talks about evil. Doesn't necessarily mean the Bible or the book of the shack. He's not necessarily saying, oh, well, the shack was a book first, but maybe that's all he meant. But then some people say, well, maybe it was the Bible. I fail to see why he would be talking about the Bible. But could he be talking about Promise Not to Tell? Yeah, that talks about good and evil. I listened to, it's a robotic voice, but I think I linked it in one of my videos that you can listen right through on double speed to that book pretty quickly. And the perpetrator is the person who was a young man at the time of the first time frame, 1971, a young loner, 18 years old. Was his name Luke or Zach? Zach. Very free with his sexuality, sleeping with the protagonist's mother back in 1971. He's actually sleeping with a young boy. So he's 18, 19. He's having an affair with an older woman who's around 40, and he's having an affair well, a sexual relationship with a boy who's 14. You know, it's funny, this book is interesting with regards to relationships, sexual relationships, and what's seen as appropriate. 10-year-olds' sexuality is expressed, and I think this does relate to Libby's social media. I'm going to make another video, actually. I'm going to upload this and talk about something that happened to do with Lily Peters, and it's very disturbing, and it could completely be mirroring what was actually going on in Libby's life, and it could actually mirror to you the type of online presence that Libby might truly have had. Anyway, I'm out of time. Thanks for listening. Yeah, what do you think about Amber and Johnny and about the Delphi case?